Ljubno was my favorite place to compete regarding the spectators, and so it was. You Slovenians are so good at cheering at people.
Dobrodošli v novi epizodi Ljubno podcasta. Današnja gostja, nekdanja norveška skakalka Jahr, sedaj v bistvu trenerka v ameriški reprezentanci. Hello, Line. Thank you to be here.
Thank you. It's nice to be here, being part of this podcast.
So tell me, how did you start ski jumping?
Well, I actually grew up like 100 meters apart from the ski flying hill in Vikersund.
Okay.
So back in those days, everyone was jumping, and I have 3 brothers that jumped, and my whole family was doing jumping, so I also had to do ski jumping, so that's the reason why I also started, I guess.
Okay. Did you like it?
Yeah. One of my brothers is a twin brother.
Okay.
So I was beating him all the time, so that was so fun.
So was your dream to ski fly in Vikersund?
Yes. When I look out from my childhood window where I had my bedroom, I could look just right up to the hill, and I was laying in bed like a small girl, dreaming that one day I would go so far in that hill, and that was my biggest dream.
At what age you started?
5.
5?
Yeah.
So at 5 years old, little Line was like, I want to ski fly.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So in 2005, was it?
2004.
4?
Yeah.
You were ski flying in Vikersund, right?
Yes, that's true. Yeah.
You were one of the first ones which tested the old hill.
Yeah. Yeah.
How far did you jump?
The farthest jump I got to have that was 155 meters, which for me was huge. But when you look at the hill, it's like in the middle of the hill, but still I went ski flying, so it was it's the coolest experience ever in my jumping career.
How many girls were allowed to test the ski flying hill at that time?
We were 4 girls.
4?
It was me and Annette Sagen, and then Lindsay Van from USA, and Helena Olsson from Sweden. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So what happened then? Why you were not allowed to do ski flying anymore?
I'm not sure what happened, but I always like to say that it's this kind of old man that decides who can go and who can't, and then I think they're kind of afraid that a woman will go far because maybe they take away this risk of ski flying. Like if a woman can do it, then everyone else can do it. That's my feeling. But there have been their attitudes toward this. Yeah.
Okay, so at the beginning you told me 1999 in the international competitions. How did you feel it, like being an athlete, to see the progress of women's ski jumping?
I think progress has been made, like huge step in development from the girls, like every year. But to get allowed to jump to big competitions like World Championships and Olympics, and then finally ski flying, I think that took too much long time.
Okay. Yeah. And as a coach now, how do you see the progress from the different perspective?
I think the progress now is moving faster forward than it was when I started, like early 2000.
Okay.
So I think progress is going faster, and I think also the best female ski jumper now are on a much higher level than the best ski jumper when I was jumping back in the days. So I think the progress is moving faster forward.
Yeah, I also think the same. And also more competitions help and bigger hills and everything. But I think, and also I think you think, that everything is still going a bit slow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. I think when I hear this thing about oh, we have to take care of the girls. We have to take precautions and do it small, step by step. And it's like, they never say this about the boys when they push the limits. It's all about keeping the girls, like, don't push it too far or too fast. But yeah, I think every female ski jumper can relate to that. They think should move even faster forward.
Yeah, because you have a limitation of time of your career, so
yeah.
you want to have a fast progress
Yeah.
in everything. How do you feel now, or how did you decided to be a coach in a men's world, the same as when you were an athlete, you were stepping into a men's world?
Yeah, I tore my ACL back in 2016, and my plan was to come back to jump the World Championship in Lahti 2017 and then go to Pyeongchang for Olympics 2018. So that was like my goal. But during my rehab time, I got the opportunity to coach these younger girls that was attending NTG, this sports school in Lillehammer, which I live. So I really enjoyed coaching, and I felt really much needed as a women's coach towards these younger girls. And then when I decided to quit my career in 2017, I got offered to start coaching younger girls, like in Norway. This was what was called Project 2022 at that time. So then I just started coaching, and I felt like that if I not could do ski jumping myself, the next best thing I could do is to be a coach for the girls and help them achieve their big dreams and goals. So when I can't do it myself, I really much enjoy my athletes doing that.
Okay. Do you think you're like a strict coach or something in between?
I think maybe in some parts strict, but also trying to be more humble and meet them maybe at a different level than maybe the men's are. I don't know. There's some topics, of course, since I'm a woman, I can relate in a much better way than
of course
the male coach can. So I think that's maybe one of my biggest success as a female coach, that I have been through a lot. And also going through the same things, or went through the same things.
Do the girls come to you for, I don't know, some advice, as they know you were pretty successful ski jumper? Like in that way?
Yeah, or kind of, I like to just tell them how good I was. Say, this is me, you can do it also the same way, kind of. I don't know. I just feel that they respect me also for my opinions. And yeah, I think it's a good, I think I have good athlete coaching relationships. Yeah.
So now let's explain to our listeners, or to the viewers, you're now working for Team USA, right?
Yes.
As an assistant coach, or?
As assistant coach, yes.
And what do you think? Is it better in US or Norway?
I think this collaboration we have between Norway and US is a good success for both nations. The biggest difference that I kind of noticed from coaching the American girls regarding coaching the Norwegian girls is that their system in USA is not as developed as the system in Norway. So I feel that since the Norwegian system is a bit better, and I feel that the Norwegian girls have more knowledge about ski jumping than the American girls. So I still think I have to teach them more about what's really going on in the ski jump compared to the Norwegians that been told this the whole career, kind of.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
From the young age.
Yeah.
Do you set your goals the same as you did when you were an athlete?
Yeah, as a coach, I need to have secret goals for my athletes, but I don't tell them because maybe some of them are too high. But for me to do my best and to work as hard as I want as a coach, I need that goal. Like, I want this girl to achieve this and this, and then I have to work also for that. So that gives me motivation.
Does sometimes some things bothers you? Like, can you just not do this? Or
Yeah, sometimes, yeah.
you get pissed off?
Yeah, but not in a bad way, but they will know.
Okay.
But I kind of try to... I like to think that what my athlete doesn't know, then it's my responsibility to teach them.
Okay.
Instead of this, you should know this, you
Okay,
know?
yeah.
I like to have that approach. Then I like, if they don't know this, I need to explain and teach them why this and that is happening. So I like to have that approach. But yeah, sometimes they will know, but I will always do it with a smile, you know?
Okay, do this.
Yeah.
How do you think that the male coaches accepted you, like when they see you on the coaches stand for the first time?
In the beginning, I felt like they were like staring at me like,
What is she doing here?
what are you doing here? And for sure, when I started as a coach, I wanted to change the whole physical approach to younger girls
Okay.
than it had been. So I was going in there and like telling the male coaches, I want to do this and this and this for the girls. They should start doing this instead of this, and they should not do this at all.
Okay.
And the male coaches was like, that's not how a ski jumper train. You're so wrong.
Okay.
But lucky for them that I'm kind of stubborn. Like, I've been told my whole life from males that I'm not good enough for my sport, you know?
Yeah.
You're not good enough for go jumping in this hill. You're not good enough or go jumping this competition. And every time I heard that, I'm thinking, like, hell, yeah, I'm going to show you. I'm going to prove you wrong. And I guess I just brought that with me in my coaching career. And then I was stubborn and like, it's either my way or no way.
Okay.
And I think after a couple of years, things started to change, and they could see a good development from the younger girls. So now I think the male coaches comes to me and ask questions, and we have a really good cooperation regarding physical training for especially younger girls when they go through puberty. So yeah, but I had to prove that I was good enough, you know, like.
Yeah, you always have to prove.
Yeah.
So this development group that you were coaching, when you started to coach, was it all you? You made all the training programs, physical programs, or
Yeah,
how it was?
mainly. At that time, most of the girls were actually living in Lillehammer, so I got to coach them at a daily basis, like physical training in gym and also training and competitions. So, but now it's more, since they're a bit, like it's more girls in Norway jumping now at a higher age or older age. I also have good cooperation with the big teams in Norway, in Trondheim and also Vikersund and Lillehammer.
This is really good to hear. Like,
Yeah.
that you showed that you are capable of coaching,
Yeah.
and especially, I think you just understand girls better anyway
Yeah.
than the male coaches.
Yeah.
Did you also train the guys
No.
sometime? No,
No.
you want to? Or
No.
no, just girls.
Just girls, because my approach is like, there's so much people working for the boys,
True.
so I will be the only one only working for the women and the girls, you know. That's
good. That's good. So let's go a little bit back to Ljubno.
Yeah.
Do you remember your first time being in Ljubno?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember that. That was for me one of the toughest hill to jump,
Okay.
because it was back in the day, it was pretty steep, and the curve was so fast, and I was also always kind of struggling being late.
Okay.
I was so late on that first jump, and I was like, what what happened.
Okay.
But yeah, I found it out eventually, and I had some good jumps there. Yeah.
Do you know which year it was the first time?
No, I don't remember, but it was when we had only Continental Cup as the highest level,
Okay.
not the World Cup. But yeah,
But you competed also on the World Cup, right? In Ljubno.
yeah, I did.
So how did you feel with all of that spectators and everything in Ljubno? How did you feel?
Ljubno was my favorite place to compete regarding the spectators, and so
Okay.
it was. You Slovenians are so good at cheering at people, and I remember this specifically one day I think it was second round, and I did a much better jump in the second round, and the crowd was so loud cheering, and I was like, oh, they're cheering for me, and I looked over and I was standing there waving, and then I looked up at the big screen. I saw you on the bar, and I was like, they're not so cheering for me. It's Špela up there, yeah. And I felt a bit embarrassed, but still, good crowd, yeah.
But anyway, I think they cheer for everyone, but a little extra for
exactly.
Slovenians.
Yeah, yeah.
And how did you feel? Like, you didn't really had that many World Cups in the first seasons. How did you feel that Slovenia took over organization of one World Cup weekend?
I think at that time, as long as we just had more competitions, it didn't matter like which country that took it. But I also know that Slovenia has been good at developing, like want to go faster than maybe some of the other countries. So I think that's really good that Slovenia is also taking a charge of that.
But what do you think now? Maybe the hill in Ljubno is a little small, but we keep it in the World Cup. How do you feel, or how do you look on that?
I think it's important to keep this kind of keep Ljubno as organizer, because even though it's a smaller hill, that's the coolest place to jump with regarding the crowd. So I think that's important for the sport. It's much more fun go jump Ljubno with I don't know how many spectators, but it sounds like it's 100,000 when you sit at the bar there. Then go jumping big hill in Lillehammer where there's no one. So
yeah, I wanted to ask that. Why it's not that many spectators in all over Norway, actually?
I really don't know. I don't understand either, because we've been having good female and male athletes like the last years.
Yes.
But I don't know. I'm like a city like Lillehammer, which wants to call themselves like a big winter sports city, and there's having World Cup at the highest level for maybe one of the biggest sport in Norway, and barely no one shows up. So I think it's sad, and I don't have any good explanation for that.
Yeah, because I think especially this year, Lillehammer did a really good like organization and everything.
Yeah.
It looked like they were trying really hard,
Yeah.
but not that many people showed up.
No, and that makes me sad, especially for the Norwegian athletes, that the home crowd doesn't come and cheer for them. But I don't have any good explanation. I wish I knew the answer, because then it would be easy to solve.
Yes.
But yeah, we don't really know.
Okay, so do you have like some especially good memory from Ljubno, or some good result there?
Oh, I don't remember like any good results, because as I said,
Yeah.
the Ljubno was kind of a hill where I struggle a bit with because of this steep in-run and fast curve. But I always enjoyed being there and like jumping in front of that huge crowd. That's the biggest memory from Ljubno, and like seeing all these Slovenian crazy guys wearing all kinds of funny stuff. Yeah, that's the biggest memory. Like that's Ljubno, you know.
So do you like coming back also like as a coach to
Yeah.
Ljubno, or
Yeah, it's I think it's much more fun to go in a competition with a lot of crowds and noise than nothing like it's a normal training day in Lillehammer compared to a World Cup weekend. It feels the same, but it gives this extra spark to the competition. So more crowd, the better as a coach also.
What you were thinking about this when they tried to do competitions over the New Year's? Okay, I know that all the girls want 4 heels, which is a normal wish,
Yeah.
or a normal goal. But what was your opinion about it? That Ljubno and Villach was doing this.
I think it was a positive step into the right direction of making something tournament for the girls. But of course, it should be the 4 heels together with the boys, kind of. But they could have like both, kind of. This Sylvester tour was a cool tour to have. But at that time, you just want to go jump 4 heels,
Yeah, of course. I think it's still the same.
Yeah.
Even if they have this 2 nights tour, I think everyone wish for this 4 heels to happen.
Yeah.
Hopefully in the future. How did you feel when the girls were allowed to go ski flying? Like, you were a part of the history. You were a part of the fighters which were fighting for every competition, for all the big ones. How did you feel at that time? It's a green light.
I get goosebumps because it was a big moment for me. I was literally crying when I saw Yuki Ito, first one going off the bar, and it was like giving me goosebumps to see that. But also at the same time, it was like it took 19 years from the first time I jumped that hill to the actually World Cup where girls were allowed to jump. And that's like 19 years. That's a long time.
Long time. Yeah.
So it should be happening a lot earlier, but at the same time, it was so magical to watch all the girls go, and they showed that the girls can go far in ski flying. They can also ski fly, and
I agree.
and especially this year when Celia just smashed her head and like went up there, took one jump, and then go straight to set a new world record. It shows that it's not dangerous for women to fall in a ski flying hill, kind of.
I mean, falling is a part of sport.
Yeah.
So you just need to accept it.
Yeah.
The same as injuries. It just happens. It's just a part of the deal.
Yeah, it is. You know the risk, and you're willing to take it if you are allowed to do it.
And you were also one of the ones who were really, really trying to get us on the Olympic Games. How was this fight? It was also long and stressful, I think.
Yeah, it was. Like when I was younger, when I was looking at the window, looking at the ski flying hill, and was like, oh, I'm gonna go there. Like I'm gonna jump there one day. And I was also thinking, oh, when I was 14, oh, maybe I can go to Olympics in Vancouver, 2010. Yeah. At that time, I did not have a clue that it's gonna be such a long and bumpy road to get to the Olympics, and to finally like. The wait was so long, and also when the IOC decided that there will be only 30 girls gonna jump the first competition, and it's like, why do this limitation? And they're like, all the stuff they said, like, it's the level of the female ski jumpers are so low, so it's just too easy to win a medal like in Olympic, and it's so stupid thing to say. It's like telling these girls that you're doing your sport at a so low level, it's not worth for you winning an Olympic medal. Like I don't think that's fair to say.
Yes.
Because all the girls are doing the same amount of job as the men to reach the highest level in their sport. But the men have the better opportunities to do it. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's. I think for all big competition, it was such a hustle about it.
Yeah.
Like, and you were all the time. You were training really hard, and then you were listening how bad you are at the same time.
Exactly.
And having the first World Championship in 2009 was also like you were hoping for this moment, and then you wake up and look at the weather.
Yeah.
It was pretty hard hill for the girls.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you say? And also, the weather was not helping.
No, for sure not. Snowing, like, didn't help, no.
And then later in Oslo,
Yeah.
I think they were deciding on the Olympics again, right?
Yes, yeah.
But you had a lot of spectators at that time on the World Championship in Oslo.
Actually.
But we couldn't see them.
No.
But we hear.
So foggy.
But somehow the weather was not cooperating.
No. It was like the spectators actually showed up, but they couldn't see anything. Maybe that's why. Because they showed up and then realizing, oh, it's always too foggy in Norway. Just stay home, watch TV. I don't know.
Maybe. Could be a reason. And later on, every year they're adding competitions, adding also competitions on bigger events. How did you feel about getting the team competitions?
That was a big step in a huge direction when it comes to get more girls jumping on a higher level, because when it was only an individual competition, the nations only need one girl.
Yes.
Kind of. You only need this one girl to take the medal. But when they add this team competition, they were kind of forced to think more like, okay, we need 4 girls that can jump on a high level to get this medal. And I saw this was a big change in Norway, like how they watch or how they approach regarding like giving maybe more money to the whole team instead of just going for this one girl, kind of, if you understand what I mean.
Yeah, I understand. But at that time when you were jumping, there were not that many younger girls. But now I think maybe after Maren, there is more like more younger girls coming from behind.
Yeah.
Because in Slovenia we don't have that much problem about the younger girls.
Yeah.
How is in Norway now?
It's starting to get really, really, I would say really good. Yeah, good. When we look at the numbers from participants in like this younger age from 12 to 15, we can see that in numbers, it's a decrease in how many that do ski jumping, but you can see that when you look at the percentage, it's the percentage of the girls are stable, but that's because not because there's so much more girls doing ski jumping, but it's less boys doing it actually. Okay. So, but we had a stable amount of young girls jumping, but when I started to coach, I realized that I need to also bring something to the younger girls to because we had maybe one girl in one club and one girl in another club, and then like to have these girls to meet on girls' camp was a big step towards having them motivated to do ski jumping. Okay. Like when they go to when they were juniors going to this ski gymnasium. So I think from doing this girls camp, the girls meet from all over Norway, having a really good time, making friendships, and then they meet maybe in Trondheim, Lillehammer also, and they go to school together. Like this friendship thing is so much more important for the younger girls than for the younger boys, you know? So I think I've been having this youth camps this year, and all together is on the last camp we were 26 girls from the age from 12 to 18, 19, and I think this is a big step to get the younger girls to do ski jumping as their sport when they're like have to choose. So yeah.
Yeah, because in Slovenia, I mean, we have at some point we had more girls than the boys at the smaller age. But in Slovenia, it's like depends how the results are.
Yeah.
It's a little bit like this. It depends. If we are really good in alpine skiing, then it's more alpine skiers.
Yeah.
And if we are good in ski jumping, then when Peter Preutz was winning everything, we had so many boys.
Yeah.
But yeah, also girls.
Yeah.
That's why I ask you, how is the situation in Norway?
Yeah.
But how is the situation with that in US? Now that you are a coach there, how many girls is doing ski jumping?
Oh, there's actually not so many younger girls doing it, and also I think I will try to, of course, raise the number, but it's also, since this country is so big, it's so hard to like gather a lot of girls. Like it's easier in Norway. You drive maybe max 5 hours, and then you're like kind of meet. So when I ask, no one really knows so many girls who's jumping in the USA, but there's a few younger girls that's interesting to follow, and I think it would be cool to also have this girls camp in USA to see how many girls are actually doing ski jumping there. So maybe in the
because Team USA was really good at the beginning. Like Lindsay got a gold medal in Liberec, and Sarah won her first World Cup season, right?
Yeah, that's true.
And there were like 4 or 5 of them.
Yeah, there were quite many.
Was a really strong team. I think if we would have a team event at that time, we would all be crushed.
Yeah, there are a strong team with Lindsay and Sarah and Jessica and Abby, Alyssa. Yeah. So
it's really bad that there were not more girls at that time, like behind them.
Yeah.
It's hard to fight with all of these developments and everything, and especially in US, Olympic Games are a top level.
Yeah,
really important.
I think if we can make either a girl or a boy or man or a woman do good in Olympic next year, that would be a huge thing for the Americans. Yeah. Like that's the only thing they care about, kind of. Like I was an Olympian and then I made my goal in my career, kind of. So I think for developing ski jumping as a sport and spread it more out, it would be, I think, good for the sport to also get the Americans fighting for big achievements.
Of course. It's really, like, we saw what happened with Canada.
Yeah.
So you never know what happens on Olympics.
Yeah.
So I wish you good luck with with all the preparation for the Olympics, actually.
Yeah, thank you.
And thank you for joining me on this podcast.
You're welcome.
You want to tell anything to Slovenian fans?
I just want to say that Slovenian fans are the best in the world. They're always there for the athletes, and they're also cheering for everyone, regardless. Like, if it's a far jump, they're like, yay! And continue that, because that's, as a ski jumper, that's the best feeling when you like go far and you're happy and you get that energy from the crowd as well. So, yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I think we don't see us in Ljubno this year, right?
No, I will be in World Juniors.
So welcome next year.
Yeah, I will next year, for sure. Yeah.
Thank you. Najlepša hvala, ker ste naju spremljali. Se upravičujem, ker je bil celotna epizoda podcasta v angleščini, ampak bomo za vse tiste, ki slučajno niste razumeli, napisali povzetek na spletni strani. Hvala in se vidimo v naslednji epizodi.